It was everyday strangers. I'm eating pizza. So I just ate my pizza and drank my tea. Really wish I had a new girlfriend. Honestly, before this one girl named Andrea and this girl named Lorda that I was with 9 months ago, I went like 3 years without sex, which made me sad. I tried dating sites, but they don't ever work. So some days I felt like if I put myself out there on YouTube, I'm attractive and I'm 7.5, almost 8 down there, maybe a girl would be interested in me, but that never happened. And then, like I said, I have these 2 holes from where I got snake bite piercings. Sometime about 4 or 5 years ago. I'm going to make this video for BabyDoll Beach. A response to what's in my mental health bag, schizophrenia, anxiety, and borderline personality disorder. Well, BabyDoll Peach, I got diagnosed, as a paranoid schizophrenic when I was like 21 or 22. When I did, my dad had me on this meeting, Stripper Pratt act team in Maryland. That was very unprofessional, that abused me emotionally. And then my dad would just come home from work and punch me in the face. So I turned to witchcraft for guidance. I made, this voodoo doll about my dad. Because I don't really like him, I think he's evil. He wasn't giving me my schizophrenia money when I first qualified. And on top of having schizophrenia, I have stomach problems where I throw up, but I take stomach pills for that. I have dragon statues. And, what's your username again? BabyDoll Beach. I have, this crystal ball that I bought and I put a Hecate symbol on it. For my mental health, what I do is with my schizophrenia, I don't smoke marijuana, but when I do, I smoke wild hemp cigarettes only. Or I get things from the gas station, that help with PTSD. I experienced about 11 or 12 people on my Facebook that are real. And about 15 or 16 of them that don't like me anymore. Even though I'm a paranoid schizophrenic person, which makes me believe in a goddess that is friendly to me. But at times she does horrible things like, I've seen my friends get in car accidents. Or, I've been stolen from by this boy who I thought was my good buddy. Or there was a boy that wanted to rape me when I was drunk one night, and a man that wanted to rape me when I was little. Or my first girlfriend, Alicia, cheated on me when I was like 14. Or my third black girlfriend named Tanya died, and then my second girlfriend, Brooke Jerks, denied my friend request, and she was crazy and mean to me. And then my fourth girlfriend, Nadia, denied my friend request, but I have my fifth girlfriend, Sabrina, as my friend on Facebook. Or I would see my friend John Powell on Facebook that is a people coincidence person that scared me. Because he makes me think of this guy named John Hawk that raped a girl on Stickam that I watched when I was like 16 or 17. And then John Powell became real. And then in my first alternative school, which was the Furbish School, on the ground of Maryland Shepherd Pratt, it was the funnest years of my life. And I was sad when they kicked me out. But see, I live with my dad, George, and every now and then he goes over to his girlfriend Margie Robichaux's house, and she calls herself Gigi, and her sister is named Jeanette. And when I was like 19 or 20, I watched a granny porno where the names Gigi and Jeanette were said in it. And then that became my dad's girlfriend's name and her sister's name, even though I'm a paranoid schizophrenic. And then, like I said, I'm 30, and sometime when I was like 26 or 27 is when I got these Hecate tattoos on me. I got this Gemini symbol because I'm a Gemini. I got this dark angel when my black friend died from the coronavirus, and this dark tree. And I got this Grim Reaper tattoo that my friend Jeff McGaney, that makes me think of Jeffree Star, the singer and makeup guy, did on me. And his Instagram username is Storms Wild. And Jeff McGaney is a people coincidence person, even though I'm a paranoid schizophrenic and tries with epilepsy sufferer. Just like I see my friend James Colvin at my second alternative school as a people coincidence person. So to deal with mental health, I listen to music. What I believe about Hecate is that she's like the girl from The Ring, or she looks like Amy Lee. And I believe she follows me around all the time, with long black hair. And she wears like a dress, and she follows me around all the time with like a knife and a gun. But I believe that she's friendly to me. She gives me girlfriends, or makes it to where I'm popular at all my alternative schools. Like in my first alternative school, my best friend was a boy named Victor that was a pyro. It was sent there for lighting things on fire, and sometimes I like to go places and make fires. And girls asked me out. Like, there was a girl in my first alternative school named Sammy that had an STD that I didn't date because I learned she had an STD. So I didn't like her. And then, like I said, there was a girl that was in my alternative school who was average body type that would dye her hair different colors. And then my friend Brendan Drexler, who was a people coincidence person. Because on my one Facebook, there's a boy named Brandon Jones, and then there's a Brandon Drexler person. But they're two different people that aren't related in any way. And then, like I said, I knew a guy whose name was Billy Wesley Fouts, who would call himself Charlotte as a drag queen entertainer. But I never talked to, like, the real Kim J, or Jeffree Star, or Chris Cracker, or Johnny Boy XO, even though I knew him. Instead, I just dealt with slander pages from this old dyke that I don't like. And about a year or 2 years ago, I've opened up a couple YouTube channels where I post her slander pages. And I really don't care if she has some kind of illness, because I know her and her friend Riley made those slander pages about me. And even if one ripoff reports or whatever, I know that she's the one that made it. And I really don't like her, and I don't feel sorry that she has any conditions. And I laugh at her conditions because she makes fun of people who are disabled, like me. And she texted my dad, and I hate her. But really, the people coincidence people are real. There's about 11 of them on my Facebook. So when I'm sad, I talk to my friends on Facebook. Like my best friend Robert Simpson, who is a boxer, where I talk to and have conversations with my friend James Colvin. Or to help with my mental health, I get out my rabbit and my turtle. Like this turtle named Sheldon that my dad George got for me that's a male turtle. Or my dad George got me this black female rabbit. So to help with my mental health, I play with my black rabbit. Or I feed the turtle and I like to watch it run around the house. Alright, I'm gonna grab you and put you in your cage. Don't scratch me. Good bunny. She didn't scratch me. What's your username again that I'm making this video for? BabyDoll Beach. BabyDoll Beach. I've had, one seizure from my Tourette syndrome before. I believe it was an epileptic seizure caused from my Tourette's. I've been in 3 psychoses as a paranoid schizophrenic. During one psychosis, I believe I actually was raped by somebody. Even though there was only a man that wanted to rape me when I was little, and a boy from my alternative school that attempted to rape me when I was drunk when I was like 25 or 26. And see, I didn't believe I was a paranoid schizophrenic but I know that I am, and there's nothing wrong with being a schizophrenic. A lot of people are. I think about 3 or 4% of people are schizophrenic. And with my schizophrenia, they said it was one of the most severe cases they had seen in the disability office, BabyDoll Beach. And I've been in hospitals my whole life. I have one friend that has borderline personality disorder, because I'm making this video for you, BabyDoll Beach, in response to your, what's in my mental health bag, schizophrenia, anxiety, and borderline personality disorder video. See, I have a friend named Brian Sullivan who has borderline personality disorder. And I found him sometime about 2 or 3 years, about a year ago on Facebook, and we started chatting again. Let me play his borderline personality disorder song. I can find his YouTube. It's Hideous Productions. I'll link his YouTube channel. You guys should subscribe to him. About 4 days ago, he uploaded Master Fader One Love Benefit for Corey Heft mix. But my favorite song that I listen to maybe once every 4 or 5 days is this Hideous BS Borderline Personality Disorder official music video.
You gonna dig this? Fuck angel heavens filled with pussy ass bitches. Call me disturbed because I'm down with the sickness. Better walk away if you can't handle all this sick shit. I'll kill people and go about my business. Fill the bathtub with the blood from a slit wrist. Yeah, motherfuckers, I'm back with the quickness. Slice your esophagus and kill off the witness. Children dance in circles and sing nursery rhymes. I can't stand it, I just wanna choke them till they purple. Shit is not commercial, it's controversial. like personal. When I murder, my mood changes to quite versatile. A little bit of herb will keep me on my knees and merciful. And when I'm pissed off, I piss on you like a urinal. Jump you like a earl, got you crawling like a turtle. Got this world as my army, and you can call me the colonel. I'm short and stocky, but I'm ugly as a motherfucker. Throw it in my face and y'all be begging for the uppercut. Not really emo, but I go through the motions, cause my mind is like an ocean. Call it emotion. I surely do a burglary. I name my pistol Burgundy. I keep it for emergencies or when I have an urgency to kill a motherfucking bitch. Death will always flirt with me, and if you got a problem, I'll make sure you burn eternally. I'll burn a church to the motherfucking ground with my middle fingers to the sky, screaming how you like me now. And I don't fuck around, click, clack, and bust around. And when I'm done, I'll be the only motherfucker left in town. Fuck with me and watch me knock your screw loose. They'll make a movie after you and name it Bruce Clues. I'll splatter blood all over your new suit and your goose boots and turn your brain into prune juice. I hit him in pivotal ways because I'm feeling betrayed. And don't forget that I'm a monster, I'll dig him a grave. Don't be brave, son, the graves start to live in the pain. Now's the time to say your prayers, God forgive him again. I'm the real deal, fuck all the actors. But I'm too busy fucking velociraptors with a triceratops. This is my paradox. Stress building up so much it ties my fucking hair in knots. I'm the walking definition of pain, and I put my heart out for the ladies, but it always ends the same another.
So that's Hideous BS Borderline Personality Disorder official music video by my friend Brian Sullivan. But I'm going to make this video for BabyDoll Beach, who has 19.5k subscribers, and this is a response video to her What's in My Mental Health Bag, Schizophrenia, Anxiety, Borderline Personality Disorder. See, when I'm sad, what I do is I listen to music, BabyDoll Beach, or like I said, I feed the turtle in the house, or I play with my black rabbit, or I talk to my friend Brian on Facebook, or my friend James. Sometimes I get in arguments with my friends, which happens more often than not, which makes me sad. And I always argue with my dad because he's physically and emotionally abusive. But sometimes what I do is I talk to my 5th girlfriend, Sabrina LaRochelle, on Facebook. And sometime about 5 or 6 months ago, I sent my 2nd girlfriend, Brooke Dirks, on the slander page a friend request, and she denied it, which made me sad. And like I said, my first girlfriend, Alicia, doesn't answer my messages anymore. And then sometime about 3 years ago, my 3rd black girlfriend named Tanya died. And then my 4th girlfriend, Nadia, is getting married to her husband during the coronavirus. And then when I was like 12 or 13, I liked a mixed girl named Kelly Jeffries that goes by Kelly Roberts now, that's married to her husband, Bergie Roberts. They play the violin. And I'll link the video of that. But the only 2 ex-girlfriends of mine I have on my Ryan Fair Facebook is Alicia and Sabrina, and I talk to Alicia's friend Bria sometimes, who is a black girl. And then like I said, sometime about 3 years ago, my black friend died from the coronavirus pandemic. And I got this tattoo by my friend Jeff McGaney, who is Storms Wild on Instagram, and Jeff McGaney is a people coincidence person, even though I'm a paranoid schizophrenic and trust with epilepsy sufferer. I have generalized anxiety disorder, I have OCD, and things like that. So what I do is I don't smoke marijuana. The last time I smoked marijuana was probably about a week ago, but I plan not to do that anymore. I've only done that 5 or 6 times within the past 4 years. But what I do is I meditate with my Hecate crystal ball. And like I said, I have a salt lamp there, and then I have my black rabbit that I like to play with, who is my therapy animal. that my dad got for me after my cat ran away. Well, she was given to a girl named Samantha, and Samantha, lost the cat, or the cat got out or something like that. And see, I've tried to make friends with people on Facebook and things like that, and I try to YouTube and make response videos to interesting YouTubers that I find. And when I was like 10 or 11, I had a crush on Jamie Grace Harper, the black Christian artist with Tourette syndrome. That was in the Toby, I think it's Toby Mac video, and I like Jamie Grace Harper because they diagnosed me with Tourette syndrome when I was like 7 or 8. And growing up in my mom's house, my mom was bipolar with psychotic features. And I think what brought my schizophrenia out or my psychological problems out was just the fact that my home life was dysfunctional. My dad was abusive to me physically and emotionally. And like I said, when they qualified my disability, I feel that my dad, George, was secretly giving my disability paychecks to his girlfriend, Margie Robichaud, because he's an evil man. But I told him if he doesn't give me my disability money, I'll file a report on him. So he gives it to me now. And like I said, I went to my first alternative school, which was the Furbish School, on the grounds of a mental hospital. And then for a long time after, when I was an adult, my dad would constantly punch me in the face, take me to mental hospitals, or scratch his own face because he's immature. And my dad has the coronavirus, and he's already come home and coughed on me, hoping I would contract it from him. And like I said, I've had sex with, I figured my first girlfriend, Alicia. I had my first kiss when I was 8 or 9 with a girl named Emma Street. And then I got with my first girlfriend, Alicia, when I was 14 or 15. And then my second girlfriend, Brooke Dirks. I figured Alicia would be no sex because her parents were always there. And then I got with my second girlfriend, Brooke Dirks, and she gave me a blowjob. And I ate her out, and then I was with a third black girl named Tanya, who died sometime about 4 or 5 years ago. A fourth one named Nadia, who was Christian, who was getting married to her husband during COVID. And then a fifth one named Sabrina LaRochelle, that I fingered at my 17th birthday party, and I'm 30 now. And then from the time until I was 17 until I was 20 or 21, I sat in this house, and a lot of my alternative school friends unfriended me, which made me sad. And then sometime when I was like 26 or 25 or 26 is when my friend Brian Dietrich was shot by Baltimore police. And I saw Victor, my best friend, who was the pyro, and I told my dad to buy me a car, or I'm going to hate his guts forever and piss on his funeral grave when he dies. And he finally got me a car, but it was too late because I don't talk to Victor anymore. But I hang out with my new best friend, James Colvin, and my other best friend is Robert Simpson, who is a boxer. And I like when I'm able to talk to my friend Brian Sullivan on Facebook. And see, I've been stolen from when I told people that I was a schizophrenic and I was extremely mistreated by this Shepherd Pratt act team that was rude and mean to me that my dad hired for my paranoid schizophrenia. So really, I find my life to be cruel and unusual because I was kicked out of my former school, which was the funnest years of my life, and the most fun I ever had in life was when I was in my first alternative school. And then I went to my next alternative school, and I was in a classroom with only 5 or 6 students. And see, when I was in my first alternative school, there was a resource room, and I would go to resource a lot because I misbehaved. And then I went to a room, which was the quiet room, that had 3 smaller rooms in it, because I misbehaved. but they didn't diagnose me as a paranoid schizophrenic until I was an adult. But there were times where I questioned whether I had borderline personality disorder. But finally, when I was 20 or 21, they diagnosed me as a paranoid schizophrenic. And when I was sometime about 3 or 4 years ago, or 2 years ago, is when my black friend named Ryan Cherry died from the coronavirus, and I just hated everything. And I was like, well, if you guys want me to answer any questions, that's too bad, because once a week on Twitter, I have connections to all kinds of various celebrities, and I never try to use them. And I was like, well, if I buy a camera, that's what a Sim's for. A Facebook account and a YouTube channel is for. Because my situation is tied into all kinds of other shit. And really, I can play my games with people and not answer questions. And if people just like my videos, I really didn't care. Or if I went to jail for 4 or 5 years, I really didn't care. Because people would make threats to put things about me on slander pages. And really, I sat in this house and I was sad because of my dad that would abuse me. And some days I felt like prison seemed more comfortable than being here when I had friends that would move me in or things like that. But I'm happy with my life, and I talk to my friend Brian Sullivan every now and then on Facebook, who may uploaded a new music video recently, or I talk to my friend James Colvin. And I play a silly Westboro Baptist Church character on Brian Phelps River. And my mom is one of those Christians that believes in heaven and hell, and believes that people will go to hell. And see, I believe that Christians live in fear, and I find Wicca to be a peaceful religion, where there's a Summerland, which is the Wiccan heaven, and then a Greek underworld, which isn't that bad of a place for people who go there. It's like standing in the corner for a long time, I believe. And see, growing up, my mom would make me stand in the corner, and my stepdad would lock me in closets. Your username is... I'm sorry, I closed the window out. Your username is BabyDoll Beach. So I'm going to make this video for you. And this is going on 33 minutes and 30 seconds. It is 5:34 p.m. at night. And it is June 25th, 2022. So this is my video for BabyDoll Peach, a response to her What's in My Mental Health Bag Schizophrenia, Anxiety, Borderline Personality Disorder video. And she uploaded a video 5 months ago. So this is my video for you. Much love and peace to you, BabyDoll Peach, from Ryan George Fair.